Welcome, everyone. Today, we are going to explore one of the most famous self-development books ever written, The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale. This book has helped millions of people around the world change the way they think, face problems with confidence, and build a stronger mindset. The central idea of this book is very simple but very powerful. Your thoughts shape your life. If your mind is filled with fear, doubt, and negativity, your actions become weak. But when your mind is filled with confidence, faith, and optimism, your behavior becomes stronger and your possibilities grow. This book teaches how to train your mind to stay calm, confident, and positive even during difficult moments. And in this video, we will break down the most important lessons from the book in simple and clear English, so that you can understand them easily and apply them in your daily life. You will also improve your English, your listening, vocabulary, and understanding. If you want to learn English through powerful books and life-changing ideas, make sure to subscribe to this channel and keep learning with us. Lesson 1. Believe in yourself. The first and most important lesson in the book is simple. You must believe in yourself. Many people fail not because they lack talent or intelligence. They fail because they doubt themselves. They keep thinking, I'm not good enough. I can't do this. Other people are better than me. When your mind repeats these thoughts again and again, your confidence becomes weaker. Your brain starts believing those negative ideas. And when you believe you cannot succeed, you stop trying. But the book teaches that confidence is built by changing the way you speak to yourself. Instead of saying, I can't do this, say, I will learn how to do this. Instead of thinking, this problem is too big, think, I will find a way to solve this. Imagine two students preparing for an exam. One student says, this exam is impossible, I will fail. The other student says, this exam is difficult, but I will prepare and try my best. Both students face the same exam, but their mindset is completely different. The second student has a much higher chance of success because confidence pushes people to take action. Believing in yourself is not arrogance. It is mental strength. Lesson 2. A peaceful mind creates power. Many people think power comes from working harder and faster. But the book explains something different. Real power comes from a calm and peaceful mind. When your mind is full of stress, anger, and worry, you cannot think clearly. Your decisions become emotional. Your energy becomes scattered. But when your mind is calm, your thinking becomes sharper. You solve problems faster. You see opportunities more clearly. Imagine two people facing a difficult situation. One person panics and becomes anxious. The other person stays calm and thinks carefully. Who will solve the problem better? The calm person. A peaceful mind creates clarity, and clarity creates power. That is why the book encourages people to slow down their thoughts, relax their mind, and maintain inner peace. Lesson 3. Expect the best. One of the most powerful ideas in the book is this. Expect good things to happen. Many people train their minds to expect failure. Before even trying something new, they imagine everything going wrong. I will probably fail. This will never work. Something bad will happen. When your mind constantly expects negative outcomes, your actions become hesitant. But when you expect success, your attitude changes. You become more confident. You try harder. You stay motivated longer. Example. Imagine a runner before a race. If the runner thinks, I will lose, their energy becomes weak. But if the runner thinks, I will give my best performance, their focus becomes stronger. Expectation shapes behavior. Positive expectation creates positive action. Lesson 4. Replace negative thoughts. The human mind produces thousands of thoughts every day. Some of them are helpful, but many are negative. Thoughts like, I'm not smart enough. I always make mistakes. Nothing works for me. If you allow these thoughts to repeat daily, they become mental habits. The book teaches a powerful technique. Replace negative thoughts immediately. If you think, I cannot solve this problem, replace it with, I will find a solution. If you think, this situation is terrible, replace it with, this situation will teach me something. Your brain slowly begins to create new patterns. Instead of focusing on obstacles, it begins focusing on possibilities. Lesson 5. Visualization builds confidence. Another powerful lesson in the book is visualization. Visualization means imagining success before it happens. Your mind cannot always tell the difference between imagination and reality. When you picture success clearly, your brain starts preparing for that result. Athletes often imagine winning before the competition. They visualize their performance. They imagine crossing the finish line. This mental practice increases confidence and focus. You can do the same in everyday life. Before an important meeting, imagine yourself speaking clearly. Before an exam, imagine yourself writing confidently. Before a challenge, imagine yourself solving the problem. Visualization prepares your mind for success. Lesson 6. Stop worrying so much. One of the biggest enemies of peace is worry. Many people worry all day. They worry about tomorrow. They worry about money. They worry about failure. They worry about what others think. And because of this, their mind never rests. The book teaches a very important truth. Worry does not solve problems. It only steals energy. When you worry too much, your mind becomes weak. You think about the same problem again and again, but you do not move forward. Worry creates fear. Fear creates hesitation. Hesitation stops action. Example. Imagine a student has an exam in 3 days. Student A spends the whole time worrying. What if I fail? What if the exam is too hard? What if I forget everything? Student B says, yes, the exam is important. I feel nervous. But instead of worrying, I will study one chapter at a time. Both students have the same exam, but one wastes energy in worry. The other uses energy in action. That is the difference. The book teaches that whenever worry comes, you should not feed it. Instead, calm your mind and ask, what can I do right now? That question changes everything, because worry looks at fear. Action looks at solutions. Lesson 7. Happiness is something you create. Many people think happiness comes later. They say, I will be happy when I get money. I will be happy when life becomes easy. I will be happy when people understand me. But the book teaches a different lesson. Happiness is not something you wait for. It is something you build. This is very powerful. Because if you keep waiting for life to become perfect, you will wait forever. There will always be some problem. There will always be some challenge. So the question is not, is my life perfect? The real question is, can I still choose a better attitude today? Example. Imagine 2 people are walking in the rain. One person says, this day is ruined. Everything is bad. The other person says, yes, the weather is not perfect, but I will still enjoy my day. Same rain. Different mindset. The book teaches that happiness often begins with gratitude. When you focus only on what is missing, you feel poor inside. When you notice what is still good, your heart becomes lighter. It does not mean you ignore pain. It means you do not let pain control your whole mind. Happiness grows when you appreciate small things, choose better thoughts, stop complaining all the time. A peaceful smile can be a daily decision. Lesson 8. Do not believe in defeat. This is one of the strongest messages in the whole book. Do not accept defeat in your mind. Many people fail twice, first in their mind, then in real life. They lose mentally before they even try. They say, "It's over. I can't change. This is impossible for me." The book teaches that defeat becomes powerful only when you accept it inside. Until then, there is still hope. There is still learning. There is still another step you can take. Example. Imagine someone starts learning English. In the first month, they struggle. They make mistakes. They forget words. If they say, "I'm not made for English," they accept defeat. But if they say, "This is difficult, but I'm still learning," then the journey continues. That one sentence changes the future. The book does not say life will always be easy. No. It says you must refuse to mentally surrender. Failure may happen. Delays may happen. Difficulties will happen. But defeat becomes final only when you stop believing improvement is possible. This lesson builds courage, because the strongest people are not those who never struggle. They are the ones who refuse to stay down. Lesson 9. Learn to relax. Many people think success comes from pressure. They think they must always be tense, serious, and mentally busy. But the book teaches something very important. A relaxed mind works better than a tense mind. When your mind is too tight, your thoughts become weak. When your body is tense, your energy drops. Relaxation is not laziness. Relaxation is mental wisdom. It helps you think clearly. It helps you make better decisions. It helps your body and mind recover. Imagine trying to write with a hand that is very tight and shaking. Your writing will not be clear. But when your hand is relaxed, you write better. The mind works the same way. When you are relaxed, your thoughts flow better. The book encourages people to pause, breathe, slow down, and calm the body. Sometimes the answer you need does not come when you are forcing your mind. It comes when you relax enough to think clearly. This lesson is very powerful in modern life, because many people do not know how to rest mentally. They are always consuming, always reacting, always rushing. But true strength also requires calm. Lesson 10. People matter. Learn to build good relationships. Positive thinking is not only about your own mind, it also affects how you treat others. The book teaches that kind, warm, and respectful relationships make life stronger. If you are always angry, suspicious, or negative toward people, your life becomes heavy. But when you learn to appreciate people, listen to them, and treat them with respect, your world becomes lighter. Imagine two workers in an office. One speaks negatively about everyone, complains constantly, finds fault in everyone. The other is respectful, calm, and encouraging. Which person creates a better environment? The second one. And usually, the second person also receives more support and trust. The book teaches that when your heart becomes kinder, your mind also becomes healthier. Bitterness poisons peace. Kindness protects peace. Positive thinking is not only, "How do I think about myself?" It is also, "How do I show up in the lives of others?" When you improve your attitude toward people, your life becomes more peaceful. Lesson 11. Faith can heal the mind and strengthen the body. One of the strong ideas in this book is that faith has healing power. This does not mean that positive thinking replaces medicine or doctors. It means your mental condition affects your body more than you realize. When a person is always fearful, negative, and hopeless, the body also becomes tired. The face looks tired. The energy becomes low. Sleep becomes weak. The body feels heavy. But when a person has hope, faith, and inner strength, the body often responds in a better way. The book teaches that faith gives emotional energy. It gives courage during pain. It gives peace during difficulty. It gives strength when a person feels weak. Example: imagine two sick people. Both have the same illness. One says, "Nothing will help me. I am finished." The other says, "This is difficult, but I will fight. I will stay hopeful. I will cooperate with treatment." Who has stronger inner energy? The second person. That inner energy matters. Faith helps the mind stay stable. And when the mind becomes stronger, the body often finds more strength too. This lesson teaches us something very deep. Never underestimate the power of hope. A hopeless mind becomes weaker. A hopeful mind keeps fighting. So if you are going through a hard time, do not feed your fear every day. Feed your faith. Tell yourself, "I am not giving up. I will stay strong. I will move one step at a time." Sometimes healing starts in the mind before it shows in life. Lesson 12. When your energy falls, change your thinking. There are days when a person feels mentally empty. No motivation, no excitement, no power. The book teaches that when your energy falls, one reason may be your thinking pattern. Negative thoughts drain energy. Worry drains energy. Bitterness drains energy. Fear drains energy. Self-hatred drains energy. Many people think they are tired only because of work. Sometimes they are tired because of their thoughts. Imagine carrying a heavy bag all day. After some time, your body feels pain. Negative thinking is like carrying invisible bags in the mind. The more you carry, the more tired you become. So, what should you do? The book suggests that when vitality becomes low, you need to refresh your inner world. How? By changing the mental atmosphere. Read something inspiring. Speak positive words. Pray or reflect deeply. Spend time in silence. Stop repeating hopeless thoughts. Imagine 2 mornings. On the first morning, a person wakes up and says, "My life is stressful. Nothing is improving. Today will probably be bad." On the second morning, the same person says, "Today may have challenges, but I will do my best. I will stay calm. I will move forward." Same life, different mental energy. The words you repeat become the energy you carry. This lesson is powerful because many people wait for energy before changing their thinking. But the truth is often the opposite. Change your thinking first. Then your energy begins to rise. Lesson 13. Train your mind to think in better ways. This lesson teaches that your mind is not fixed. You can train it. Many people think the way they think is permanent. They say, "I've always been negative. I always overthink. I always expect the worst." But the book teaches that thinking is a habit, and habits can be changed. This is one of the most hopeful lessons in the whole book, because it means you are not trapped inside your old mindset. You can build a new mental pattern. Let's understand this with a simple example. Imagine a small path in a field. If people walk on that same path every day, the path becomes stronger and clearer. But if they start using a new path every day, the old one becomes weaker and the new one becomes stronger. Your thoughts work like that. If you repeat fear daily, fear becomes natural. If you repeat courage daily, courage becomes stronger. So this lesson teaches that you must consciously practice new thoughts. Old thought: I can't do anything right. New thought: I am learning and improving. Old thought: everything goes wrong for me. New thought: challenges are part of growth and I can face them. Old thought: I will never change. New thought: I can change with daily effort. At first, the new thought feels unnatural. That is normal, because the old path is stronger. But if you keep repeating the new thought, it becomes more natural over time. This lesson is life-changing because it shows that growth is mental training. You do not become positive by accident. You become positive by repeated practice. Lesson 14. Easy power comes from relaxed strength. This lesson teaches something very beautiful. Power does not always look loud. Real power can be calm. Many people believe power means pressure. They think, I must force everything. I must always push. I must stay tense to succeed. But the book says there is something called easy power. Easy power means strength without unnecessary tension. It means calm confidence. It means working with focus, not panic. Example: imagine two speakers standing on a stage. One is tense, rushing, afraid, forcing every word. The other is calm, steady, relaxed, and clear. Who looks more powerful? The second one. Why? Because relaxed strength feels real. The same is true in life. A calm person often makes better decisions than a panicked person. A relaxed mind often sees solutions faster than a stressed mind. This lesson teaches you not to confuse tension with seriousness. You can be deeply committed and still be calm. You can work hard and still protect your peace. You can be ambitious without destroying your inner balance. That is easy power. So the lesson is this: do not make your success journey heavier than necessary. Learn to breathe. Learn to slow your thoughts. Learn to work with strength, not panic. A relaxed mind is not weak. A relaxed mind is often the strongest mind in the room. Lesson 15. If you want better life, become better with people. This lesson focuses on relationships. The book explains that one of the easiest ways to improve life is to improve how you deal with people. Many people create mental stress through bad relationships. Anger, ego, bitterness, constant arguments. These things poison peace. The book teaches that if you want a lighter life, become more understanding, more respectful, and more kind. This does not mean being weak. It means being wise. Example: imagine two people with the same problem at work. One reacts with anger, complains about everyone, and creates tension. The other stays respectful, communicates calmly, and solves the issue with maturity. Which one protects peace better? The second one. This lesson teaches that people often respond to the energy you bring. If you bring negativity, you often receive more negativity. If you bring calmness and warmth, relationships often improve. Also, many people want to be liked, but they do not ask an important question. Do I make others feel respected? When you listen sincerely, speak kindly, and reduce unnecessary ego, people feel safer around you, and life becomes easier. This lesson is not just about popularity. It is about peace. Good relationships make a peaceful life easier. Lesson 16. Heartache can be carried with strength. This lesson is one of the deepest in the book. Life includes pain, disappointment, loss, rejection, heartbreak, unanswered prayers. Positive thinking does not mean pretending pain does not exist. It means learning how to carry pain without letting it destroy you. This is a very mature lesson. Many people think positivity means smiling all the time. No. Sometimes positivity means crying, feeling pain, and still refusing to give up. Example. Imagine two people going through heartbreak. One says, "My life is over." The other says, "This pain is real, but I will heal. I will learn. I will become stronger." Both feel pain, but one surrenders completely, while the other keeps hope alive. This lesson teaches that heartache is part of being human, but pain does not have to become permanent identity. You may go through pain, but you do not have to live there forever. Healing takes time, but healing becomes easier when the mind keeps holding hope. So if you are hurting, do not tell yourself, "I am finished." Tell yourself, "This hurts, but I will not stay broken forever." That sentence carries power. This lesson is unforgettable because it reminds us that positive thinking is strongest during pain, not only during easy days. Lesson 17. Draw strength from a higher power. This is the final lesson of the book, and it is one of the most spiritual. The book teaches that human strength is limited. Sometimes life brings problems too heavy for your own mind. At those moments, the book encourages people to connect with a higher power. Through prayer, faith, surrender, and deep trust. This lesson says something very important. You do not always have to carry everything alone. For many people, this brings deep peace, because they realize, I am doing my best, but I am not alone in this struggle. Faith gives emotional stability. It gives courage during uncertainty. It gives inner peace when life feels too heavy. Imagine a person facing a huge problem, something beyond their control. If they only depend on their own fear, they may collapse mentally. But if they say, "I will do my part and I will trust God for the rest," their mind becomes calmer. This trust does not remove effort. It strengthens effort. Because now the person is not only carrying fear, they are carrying faith. This lesson closes the book in a powerful way. It reminds us that positive thinking is not only mental repetition, it is also spiritual trust. It is the ability to rise above fear and feel connected to something greater than your problems.